Hi and welcome to another episode, and what I've got here is a modded PSP, not just firmware wise but physically as well as by your fair hands. It's not just a mod I suppose as a fix. Basically I've ended up making a very long episode, so I've decided to chop it up into bits. I hope it's all good and well. Here it goes. And what we've got here is a Sony PSP. It's a 1000 version. This one's been through the wars a little bit, managed to pick it up cheap on your favourite website to buy stuff from. That starts with an E and ends in a Y. Basically there's the power light is damaged, it seems, the joystick's missing, the power supply port socket is damaged, the plastic across the top is damaged, and the case has seen better days. And one of the main things I want to do with this though is change the screen on it. I'm not too sure what I can say about the screen. It's default screen, but the case plastic has been scratched, so that definitely needs replacing. So as I say, the case is getting done. The screen itself is fine, it's all within stock of what Sony wanted you to have on the 1000, but I want to change it to something a bit more up to date. So let's get on with doing that. First I need my anti-static mount thingy so that I don't lose the screws and all that fun stuff. So first things first, I'm going to prove that it actually works. I know you can see the reflection of my camera, but and that's why it's a bit out of focus. There we go, turn it on. Be quiet now, so when it boots up I can at least mute the thing. There we go. So you can just about see, there we go. It does in fact work. But I want to turn it off now and take out the battery and everything. So let's do that. It's only a 1800 milliamp battery. Going to put that over there along with the back of the case. I say over there, I'm just putting it just to the side. But we can make it live in here for now so we know where it is. So you can see it as well. Right, and then I want to take out the memory card that I've got. It's one of these fancy ones that can take a couple of micro SD cards. Right, so we have a daft amount of screws, we know that, but where are they all hiding? And I could use my own screwdrivers, but the pack that I got to replace the case came with its own screwdrivers. So I got a smaller one and a thicker one, so let's put them there so they start to get magnetized up. What sizes are they? It doesn't actually say on them what sizes they are, it says they're all the same numbers. But there's a skinnier one and then the stuff. I'm putting everything here that you can't see it, can you? There we go. Right, skinny one, fatter one. But there's magnets there, so they'll get magnetized. Be able to take the batteries out. So I've taken out the battery, taken off the back panel, the battery and the back panels there. The micro SD fancy memory card thingy that I've got, I've put to one side. So there's lots of screws with this. The case replacement did actually come with its own screwdrivers, so I'm just going to use them instead of messing around with my own and make sure that if you don't have any screwdrivers that fit, the ones that come with the pack actually do work. So first things first, where are all the screws? There appears to be two there, one there and one there. But I bet there's ones hiding underneath the stickers because they do actually give replacement stickers as well. So let's see if it's the skinnier screwdriver. It is. So the skinnier screwdriver at first. But what I want to do is start at the top left, this being this way round, start at the top left and work along as if I was reading a book, so that I know which screws are which as I'm putting them down here. So when I come to reversing the whole idea, it's all in the correct place. Granted, I'll have this super duper episode to be watching if I do get stuck, but as you can see already it's coming in handy having the idea of doing that, because we're going to take two out so quickly. I know normally I fast forward past all the screws, undoing the screws. I'm not going to this time, just to show on how long it actually takes to do all of this. I lied. Fast forward. So coming to this bit here, there was a screw hiding behind the sticker. I just used some tweezers to pull them out of the way. This will be the bit where you realise later down in the episode that I've made a bit of a mistake. This sticker that was here pulled the whole thing off because there's a sneaky other screw hiding in the back here. There we go. So move that screw along one and put that one in there, because that's where that one belongs. That's my fault, nobody else's. Okay, so I've managed to figure out a little bit. I believe I've got to pop off like one side, so I'm going to try to use my tweezers, because there we go. That was dead easy. Pop that side off. There's like a little hole that hooks over a little nodule, little tab bit. And we need to carefully peel that up because it's a bit sticky. Mesh that over there. Knock this little clip on and very carefully pull that way so we can take the row of buttons off, little clicky buttons. Now, what did we do? Next step. So it definitely comes apparent that just the two screwdrivers is not enough. You need a pair of decent tweezers, maybe even more tools, but it seems that there's some tabs again down this side. I'm going to do this without breaking the original screen, but there's some tabs I need to do. They're not even good enough for that, so I'm going to have to use my screwdriver with a very thin Phillips screwdriver on it. There we go, that's that one. Yeah, there's two sort of tabs on there, you can see them there, so just there, and then there's some more on the other side, but be very careful because this is where the ribbon cable is for the screen, and you start pulling upwards. Well, that proved a point very early on then of just the two screwdrivers is not enough. So some jeweler's screwdrivers with the flat heads would be nice. There we go, this is where we've got to be very careful now, because as I say, there's some ribbon cables. So again, there's some tabs, there's a small one there for that one, and then this one goes the other way. Pull towards yourself, and there we go. That is the screen removed, the original one. But we need to carry on digging, because I need to replace this, and I need to replace this, and I need to get the whole thing out of the rest of the case anyway, because we've got to replace the case. So where can we attack next? Where can we attack next? Getting a bit soft. There's this ribbon cable, there's this ribbon cable, two little plugs. I don't want to undo things until I know that they definitely need to be undone. So I'm just going to have a bit of a hunt around again. Okay, after a little bit of hunting around, it seems that we need to take this cage off, and there's 7 screws, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws. So let's get the larger screwdriver and do the first one. Oh, it doesn't need a large screwdriver. I wonder why we need the larger screwdriver then. It seems to be the one that fits. As I said before, I'm going to keep it so that I know in what order they are, so when I work backwards, hopefully I've reminded myself on what goes where. And again, I'll just skip ahead because I don't want to keep boring you with undoing screws. Well, those screwdrivers didn't last too long. I've had to replace mine because the little black one that was in this bit here, this one, it just didn't want to come out with the screwdrivers, either of them. It just didn't want to come, whereas I've used a better one. So what can I do now with this bit? I seem to have cut lots of things. All that bit's come off. Keep that to one side. Don't know where everything's coming off now. Yep, that seems to have got stuck. Why on earth does this come off now then? Because I've unscrewed that bit. Well, time to analyse it a bit more. Okay, this bit would be easy if I actually had the button, but you need to pop the cage at the back to, for the UMDs, and then this, hopefully, comes on out. I think the problem is that this is being dropped, banged around a few times, so a few things aren't coming out the way that they're supposed to. That's my fault, nobody else's. So now though we should be able to open that, and there we go, the whole thing pops up. Why I didn't notice there was a screw there the whole time, I don't know. Well, let's move that up here out of the way. Right, so getting down to the rest of it is undo this screw. Starting a new row again because I want to make sure that this layout I get done as well. So I want to undo power connection, since this is sort of this upper layer before we get to the main PCB or the motherboard. Right, so I pull this up ever so gently. Maybe that shouldn't have come off there in the first place. Oops. There we go, that's that part. Oh, the one thing I did forget to mention to you is that the buttons fell off themselves. So there's the left and the right. Thankfully they are marked, so it's very easy to put them back. Right, can we get this off now? Yes, we can. need to pop that upwards. Bits of plastic all over the place. This thing really has been bashed around far too much. Oh, there's another bit of it hanging around the back there. Right, so one thing we've got here is the power socket, which I want to replace. So let's peel up some of this tape. I've got some better tweezers, maybe a bit pointier ones. There we go. Got to be careful, because this is all important stuff that's here. That's more of a problem later on. Right, what do we need to pull? I don't think I need to pull this apart just yet. This is coming away anyway. Right, hopefully this outer edge plastic can come away now. No, it still can't. This bit I was just playing with, it does pop off. You've got to be very careful though. There's a sort of a latch area down here, so that can sit to one side as well, but that's something else that I want to replace, so that can sit just there. Right, let's see how the rest of it goes. I'm not necessarily putting this forward as this is how you open up a PSP 1000, because obviously it's been a long time since I've done this. It's just the joys of figuring out where stuff actually goes. So looking at it yet again, I think maybe the best thing to do is to undo yet more of these ribbon cables. So the one at the bottom here is a flippy one, so careful with that. There we go. Let's just flip that one for now. Let's get the tweezers and pull it out. There we go. And then this one up here. If you sort of pop one out with the tweezers and hold it in place with your fingernail on one side, and then pop the other side, because otherwise it'll have a habit of closing. There we go, that's that one. So we have these little plugs that we need to be undoing. So let's get the fatted tweezers and pull them out ever so gently. There we go. Undo any tape that's holding them down. Is the aerial for the Wi-Fi. This big bit of, well, coppery looking thing. And now we've got some more screws to be undoing, or at least one more screw to be undoing, which is that one there. Is it possible to pop everything out now? Okay, so the next thing to do is to remove the two speakers. Be very, very careful with this. Don't be heavy-handed about it, because especially the way I'm about to do it, it's probably not the safest way, but it's kind of the simplest. Is hold the wire and tug ever so gently, but then use a flat screwdriver and sort of edge it out, and it'll just come out ever so nicely. So that's one speaker. And the other one just pulls out with the wire anyway. And keep them to the side so that you know where they are for later. And as one thing we've already done is move this cable up, we now need to mess around and get to the long wire that goes all the way around. So let's lift up that bit of tape there so that we're ready for it. Say this is the aerial, so we need to pop this up and then feed it in and out, and then that's all the way across. And this one we can just pull out now because we're not going to bang into anything else, and that can go in the bin since mine's broken anyway. I've got a bit of yellow plastic over here, so we'll keep that to the side because we obviously need that at a later date. Now we can hopefully pull some of this fun stuff up. Yep. That's probably going to come with the whole body. Maybe we don't need to pull all that out anyway. Because obviously I'm just trying to get to the motherboard here, aren't I? So I'm thinking as I go along, so by all means jump backwards and forwards in this episode as much as you would like. Maybe even pause it at times, go get yourself a cuppa. I'll make that up. Now can I just pull this up? Okay, this is probably where it would come in handy to have some ceramic tweezers or something like that. It's something I've never got around to buying myself. Lift upwards and upwards and upwards and upwards, and then maybe pull a little bit. There we go. And there's the motherboard, so we definitely want to keep that to one side. Hey, I've just realised there's a tiny little battery. I bet that needs replacing by now. So we'll pop that later and find out what the specification is for that. Because I'm probably going to have to do all this again just to replace that battery because I don't have one. And I'm not going to get one in time to finish off this episode. So that's the end of that bit. Do all the normal stuff, subscribe, all that fun stuff. On to the next bit.